I ran into Babyface, and Babyface like, oh, you got that little crisscross jump record. I'm looking around like, who he talking to? Little crisscross jump record? What are you talking about? What kind of comment? Well, how does that? That's how you gonna talk about my record? So he said this, and he's like, man, let me explain something to you. That record don't mean nothing until you can do that multiple times. And he said that it kind of like completely killed all of my hype about that song. I think that was like probably the last day I listened to Crisscross, that record. And it was like, escape. But I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I'm looking around like, who he talking to? Little crisscross jump record? What are you talking about? What kind of comment? Well, how does that? That's how you gonna talk about my record? So he said this, and he's like, man, let me explain something to you. That record don't mean nothing until you can do that multiple times. And he said that it kind of like completely killed all of my hype about that song. I think that was like probably the last day I listened to Crisscross, that record. And it was like, escape. But I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
Jermaine Dupri, Molden, born 23rd September 1972. You can do the math. 46 years of age. He is the So Def CEO right there. What's up, guys? My name is Dennis the Business. Welcome to Black Social TV. We are talking Jermaine Dupri's documentary that is Power, Influence, and Hip Hop. Now, we are gonna talk about the relationship with the relationship with Crisscross, the relationship with Bow Wow, the relationship with Usher, the relationship with Janet Jackson. All the people that are interviewed in this documentary that was obviously is setting off this Thursday. In the clip that I've just played for you, obviously, Jermaine Dupri talks about Babyface, how they met Crisscross. But hey, why do I even go any further? Let's talk, or let's dig deep into the guys Jermaine Dupri discovered. Now, Jermaine Dupri discovered that is Crisscross right there, and as you can see, after discovering the rap duo Crisscross in Atlanta Mall, that is 1991, the then 19-year-old producer Jermaine Dupri helped write their massive single that is Jump and Warm It Up, which he wrote by himself, with both songs appearing on the 1992 multi-platinum album Totally Crossed Out. Now, the other question here goes, who did Jermaine Dupri sign on the record label of So Def? Now, as the founder of Def, also So Def founder, he produced material for artists like Usher Raymond. There were artists like obviously Mariah Carey and the like. But before we go any further, he released his last solo LP, that is Instructions, back in 2001. Now, let's go to the relationship of that is the Brett and Jermaine Dupri here. Now, the Brett was born as real name, that is Shante Harris, in Chicago, 1974, and started rapping at the age of about 11. Then in 1992, while still at the teenager, she was discovered by producer Jermaine Dupri, and when she won an amateur rap contest and got a chance to meet Dupri's that is prodigy Crisscross, as you can see them right there in black and white. Where do we go to? What is the Brett's real name? That is Shante Harris, and the likes of very many people that Jermaine Dupri discovered here. Now, why don't we go to the days Jermaine Dupri worked with the likes of Diddy, Ludacris. Now, this was even before walking to Atlanta, and we can see right there that Jermaine Dupri was already heating up or cooking up things. On your far left, that is Ludacris. Second left, that is Diddy Dirty Money, or call him PDD. And the other one is Chris Cross. Then the guy in the white jumper right there is none other than Jermaine Molden Dupri. Let's go further to what other relationship that can we see here. Let's go to Bow Wow. Now, Bow Wow, as a kid right here, he was discovered obviously by Jermaine Dupri. He helped him produce songs right there, and connected him to Snoop Dogg. And this record here, obviously, Snoop Dogg and Bow Wow, what's my name? Oh, Bow Wow, yippee or yippee, yeah, the way you can call it. I mean, it hit the airwaves and made Bow Wow famous till today. Now, looking at Jermaine Dupri here, as in the songwriters of, or the songwriters, what can I say? Songwriters Hall of Fame as Jermaine Dupri. We can see that he discovered the rap duo Chris Cross in Atlanta. That is 1991. Born 1972, then he's still active. Or he was inducted in 2018. Then he started at the age of 12 as a dancer in the hip hop group Whodini. After discovering the rap group right there, Chris Cross, I mean, business began. Dupri, actually, he has been in the game and started out at an early age. Now, he performed with artists including Herbie Hancock, Run DMC, before becoming a producer in 1990 and forming Chris Cross. Now, Chris Cross here, funny enough, I mean, they're not yet. I mean, we haven't heard of them until today. So it looks like they just crisscrossed out. Now, Dupri, under the name JD, released his debut solo album Live, that is 1472, back in 1998. Now, under his list of the artists that he has been able to make, we can see Bow Wow, we can see Usher, we can see Chris Cross, then we can see who else here. We can see the likes of Mariah Carey. Back now, I got for you these old pics here just to see how far Jermaine Dupri has come. We could see the group Escape, we could see Ludacris, the Brats, yeah, just to mention but a few right there. Now, the other thing that you should know, Jermaine Dupri dated, that is singer or songstress Janet Jackson for 7 years, and these guys broke up in 2009. Now, the other thing that you should know, that Jermaine Dupri has been under scrutiny in the past days after just hurling out a statement to the mainstream rappers and to the female rappers. But one thing for sure, he has not buried that hatchet yet. He has gone on to actually put up the female cipher. Now, real quick, let's go to a clip here where Jermaine Dupri names out the artists that he has worked with, or the artists that he discovered himself, or the artists that he has made business with until today. They are, we can call them the so deaf graduates. Take a listen.
And they made records, but I gave people jobs. I gave people, I took Scooter from Emory. He dropped out of school to work for me. And from there, he's become a mastermind in his music industry. Little John worked for me. He came from So Deaf. He's gone on to become the Little John that you know. Like, my company, and there's other executives out here that y'all probably don't know, but they work in different companies, and they made records. But I gave people jobs. I gave people. I took Scooter from Emory. He dropped out of school to work for me, and from there he's become a mastermind in his music industry. Little John worked for me. He came from So Deaf. He's gone on to become the Little John that you know. Like, my company, and there's other executives out here that y'all probably don't know, but they work in different companies, and they manage these companies very well and do a lot of different things. They all graduated from the high school of So Deaf.
Yes, the High School of So Deaf gave birth to Lil Jon, and they are, I mean, they have their own companies because of Jermaine Dupri's So Deaf. So those are some of the graduates of So Deaf. Well, this right here is Black Social TV. I'm Dennis the Business. Click subscribe, leave your comments below. But one thing for sure is power, influence, and hip hop is showing right there. You can find the clips online, or you can also get it on that channel that I'm not supposed to mention here. But Power, Influence, and Hip Hop is on, produced by obviously Jermaine Dupri. He talks about, or he interviews the artists that the artists do tell their stories, how far they've come from, and this is a So Deaf documentary. And why don't I get out right now? I'm Dennis the Business. Click subscribe.